question for you guys.
Yeah.
If you could have a pet, any animal, but it was this big, the size of like you could fit in your hand. Any animal, what would you have?
Oh,
Fit my hand.
easy.
Yeah. Go.
Chinchilla.
No, but that was a good answer, but that can already. I'm saying like you could have
It could be anything.
a little elephant the size of a deck of cards or a grizzly bear.
oh man.
I'm saying.
Oh, you can resize shit.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not saying a small animal because
Mm.
that is not as freaky of a question. But I'm saying, like, if you could have a little
Chinchilla.
orca
I'm
whale.
just gonna say this. Chinchilla's still in the running because I love them.
They are cute. They
Okay.
are awesome.
They're soft, aren't they?
They're very soft.
I pet one before.
Really?
Why do you think
Yes.
we wear one, bro?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Really.
Do you think porcupines are like, damn, man, we got the short end of the stick?
Why? Because they're small, but
They're small and prickly.
Yeah,
yeah.
prickly.
But no, porcupines are huge. You talking about hedgehogs?
Porcupines are huge?
Yeah, porcupines are big. Porcupines are.
They can get big.
Porcupines, I think, are like this big. That they're kind of scary, and their needles are huge. But hedgehogs are really small, and they're not abrasive to touch. They're kind of prickly, but
Right.
you can touch them.
Chinchillas. I
Yeah.
could touch a hedgehog, chinchilla. I think I would do like like an eagle, like a bald eagle.
Little baby bald eagle,
A baby bald eagle.
like this
Whoa,
big. That would be sick, bro.
yeah.
Could
That's
land on your
American,
finger.
bro.
Yeah, dude.
That's gangster.
Whoa.
Name
That's
it like
tight.
Walton.
And then maybe you have a
Walton?
little
Would that be
leather.
what-
You would name it Walton.
I think Walton, yeah.
That's kind of sick, dude.
Yeah.
And then you put like a little leather sleeve on your finger so the talons don't hurt you.
Yes.
And you
dude.
go, Walton!
It sounds really sick all the time.
It would, and then you throw a little piece of meat for it to,
Oh gosh.
for it to catch. That'd be cool.
Wallet eats meat,
Yeah, maybe.
bro. Wallet is American, bro.
Well, eagles eat meat, so this is just a tiny eagle.
I think a tiny eagle would be pretty sick. Although it would, the flying ability and its size, it might get caught up in like a lampshade or
Right.
But
But an apartment would be good for enough space
for
for
a
an
baby
eagle to mess around. And you can
Yeah.
let it out as long as it'll come back,
Yeah, I do think in this scenario it's something that's trained.
Right. It
Because
is.
when you first posed the question, I was like, like an elephant, but it's still an elephant.
Yeah.
So or like a tiger, so it would go crazy.
No, but elephants are amazing.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
really intelligent elephants. Right?
Yeah, they really are.
They like can read a room really well.
Yeah, I think I would go maybe like a little tiny grizzly bear. Or like a polar bear or something. And he could just roam around the house, and I would give him like one blueberry and like a little chicken nugget, and he would be good.
Yeah.
And maybe I could just
That little
Take him
chicken
to
nugget is mad cute.
because it's only this big.
Yeah.
Take him to the park. He'll run around.
But it's just like, because will rats eat this?
I'll protect him.
But rats, that's how small it is. That rats could.
Rats
eat.
good, but he does have the claws and fighting power of a grizzly bear. So
Right.
Yeah, these are things to just take into account when I'm
Totally,
going.
totally,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, keep your answer.
He might be big enough to fight a rat, though.
I'm saying.
Yeah, which would be good for his confidence.
Absolutely great for his confidence.
Yeah,
Kill a
I
rat.
can kill a rat in this city. I can survive anything.
100%.
That helped me forge my answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go with monkey.
Monkey would be so cool, bro.
What kind of monkey?
Well, definitely like
A little
a
gorilla would be
bonobo?
so.
A gorilla would go
Little
crazy.
tiny gorilla.
A gorilla would be cool, but even
Wow.
like one of these like the tree monkeys,
Yeah, a little bonobo.
Like a bonobo?
capuchin.
maybe a bonobo, because I need
Chimpan?
somebody that has some dexterity
Yeah.
that could like possibly be able to like use a weapon. Maybe we could fit him into like a miniature gun situation.
Yeah, like a turret.
Yeah, so that he
mini
could fight off
turret.
these rats.
Bro, turret on your shoulder, it shoots
Yeah.
toothpicks.
Yeah. Some shit like that.
Okay, that's really sick.
Yeah. But that's why I asked that question, because it's a very.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm going with giraffe, but my giraffe would get fucked up right away. You know what I
it's
mean?
just prey.
super
It's just
wild.
It's
sitting
prey.
there, prey.
Yeah.
Bro.
Just sitting there, yeah. No, a monkey, a little monkey would be cool. And it would just be cool to, like, I feel like it'd be able to do its own thing, in the house when you're busy.
Yeah, that's a nice thing about a miniature monkey. It's like
It's gonna get into some mischief, though. I will tell you. It's
Yeah,
gonna get
yeah.
into your vents,
You could get like a 20-inch TV and it feels like a 3,000-inch TV to them.
bro. Totally.
That would be sick.
Yeah. Oh man. Remember Stuart Little? I was so jealous of his house
Oh, Stuart Little.
because he had a bed that was like a can of sardines. That shit was so cool to me.
Yeah.
That shit was so.
Bro,
good.
how about Ratatouille, bro? Yeah.
Ratatouille.
Great,
Yeah,
great.
man.
Who do you think would win in a fist fight? Stuart Little or
Yeah.
Ratatouille?
They should have had that on Celebrity Deathmatch. That would have been a sick ass
I
fight.
would love like the Tekken level where the two characters are Ratatouille and Stuart Little.
yeah,
Wow, they need
That's
to
a good
add them
Tekken.
in.
Yeah.
Remember Def Jam Vendetta?
Oh,
It was a fighting game with
yes.
like Method Man.
No,
Yeah.
That sounds
my
so
my
cool.
babysitter, her boyfriend used to come over, and he used to play it, but he didn't ever let me play it.
Really?
It was fun to watch though.
Did you like ask, or was it just one of those unspoken rules?
He just was like, "Nah, man, it's a rated M game. You shouldn't be playing this."
That's responsible
But
as
you
fuck.
should be watching.
But I was watching the whole time. It's not like he was shielding me from seeing what was going on.
That's so true.
You should be watching
wanna know
and
what it's
wanting this
like.
life even more.
Yeah, he was cool. I wanted to play games on the computer, and he was. They were both Mexican, and he put me onto this like. You guys remember miniclips.com?
Yeah.
But he put me onto one that was all Spanish. And so I was just clicking around. I didn't even know what I was clicking on. And that's how I found pornography.
Stumbled upon
Yeah, stumbled upon some
on
porn
Spanish mini clips.
Spanish pornography.
The guy that's trying to keep you away from Reddit
Yeah,
and
I know.
So
Huh?
funny, dude.
Accidentally let me find porn on his computer.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, this guy cared about you for sure.
Yeah, buddy.
Damn. Do you remember what kind it was?
I remember the website rubius19.com.
Oh,
I do not know if it still exists.
90.
Somebody look it up.
Wow. That is the least creative URL name I've ever heard in my life. Rubius? Bless you.
Whoa, dude.
Whoa, you all
Bless
right,
you,
dude?
buddy.
Yeah.
What is the number for making a wish? 4? Sneezes?
Oh. I didn't. What?
I always
That's a
thought
thing?
if you
Yeah.
sneeze, that means somebody thinking of you.
Oh,
That's nice.
wow.
But I got a kid now, so it's like that's regular to me.
Constantly thinking about you.
Sneezing all the time.
Yeah, bro. You better be.
Danish, are you learning like some absolutes of life
Yeah.
as a dad? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Wow. The truths.
some truths.
Yeah, universal
I
truths.
do think that you are more unapologetic after you have kids in who you are.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
mm.
Because you don't really have anyone to answer to,
Yeah.
but your child. I
Cool.
don't have a boss.
That's dope.
I have a boss. He's 1 year old.
It's your family.
You know?
Yeah.
That's my boss, bro.
So you're saying like if you don't want to do like if you're at a party and you feel obligated to stay, you just go, "Nah, I'm gonna leave. I have a kid. He's my boss."
yeah,
Stuff like that.
My boss.
yeah. I
is
do
calling me.
whatever I want to do
Yeah, in service of
in service of my child.
that's beautiful. bro.
That's very responsible of you.
And I also
Yeah, you have to be responsible. That kind of does. It's good.
What-
Imagine being irresponsible forever, though.
I know.
It just
Seems
kind of
fun.
wears on you, you know? Life
Yeah.
passes you by.
Yeah. I think it's good to have parameters after a certain point.
Yeah.
But it does suck that it's like took a kid for me to be responsible.
I think that's most people, bro.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that
That's some people's arguments against like having kids where they're like, well, I don't want to have a kid just so I could grow up.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it forces you to grow up in a way. Like.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Of course, bro.
Yeah, the
And
responsibility.
there's plenty of people that we know and have heard about that have had kids but have stayed irresponsible to the detriment of those kids. But I think that
yeah.
you having a kid, if you're like decent person, you'll become responsible. But
Right.
there's
Yeah.
plenty of people that had a kid and were like, nah, I'm gonna still do what I want to do.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna still do motocross.
This is where we found out Neil's father did motocross, and it scarred him deeply.
100cc. My dad, dude. If y'all knew my dad, he's the least motorcycle.
I've talked to your father, yeah.
But I bet you he
Oh,
grew
yeah,
up on
yeah.
100 cc's, bro.
Yeah.
I bet you. Yeah, I bet you that was his vibe.
Yo, he did. He actually has a burn on his leg, and that's from the time he had a little motorcycle in India.
Yeah, so he's kind of more motocross than you, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you're in like a punk band, so
I got an
like,
e-bike.
Yeah, you have an
Yeah,
e-bike, bro.
Dude,
So this is the disrespect they gotta deal with, bro. They're
I
like,
know.
bro, I got burns on my body
From being a motocross
from
type
being
dude.
a motocross, and now I gotta hear my kid on his podcast.
Be like, my dad's not motocross.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this guy set up camera equipment to shame me, bro.
Dr. Ghosh, if you're listening, we know you're motocross. We know you're
Yeah,
You
bro.
go- you're hard,
we know
you're
you
metal.
go hard.
You more Pastrana than me, player.
Yo, Evil Knievel, you guys think like we can have that ingenuity again in America?
That kind of Evil Knievel.
Yeah, where you're just like, yo, the show
Wow.
is
We're gonna jump 15
a
buses.
guy on a motorcycle.
That's what I think of
Bus.
when I think of the industrialization era. Evil Knievel.
That's kind of sick. I mean, we just don't have cocaine-fueled ideas like that anymore.
That's so
Yeah, that's true.
Because that's from the 70s, 80s. So
Yeah,
we
that's
really
cocaine.
don't have. What if we took a guy? I'll sound like the Joker. What if we took a guy and had him jump 15 ambulances on a motocross bike? Yeah, we need to be doing more coke-fueled harebrained schemes, bro.
How do you think he got evil?
Yeah, he wasn't really evil.
you know, he was
Now that I think about it, he's just kind of doing fun stuff.
fun Knievel.
Bro, wait, what are we talking about? Red Bull is kind of doing that all the time.
Oh, you're right.
Oh,
They do
bro,
a bunch of-
they do
Red Bull
that
is
shit.
Red Bull is kind of nuts. They're freaky.
They're in that crazy lifestyle.
I worked for
Yeah.
Red Bull once as a gaming host.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. First of all, they paid me mad money.
Let's go.
You know what I
Red
mean? They
Bull.
were awesome.
I really love Red Bull.
Yeah, I
It's-
love. And then they took
And
us
drink it.
skydiving.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they took us skydiving.
That's probably like regular for them.
It was
They
so
probably have,
regular.
like a guy like on retainer.
Yeah, no, they have like these expert dudes that like, they jump out of shit for fun.
So crazy.
And then I had no insurance, but I was still like, fuck it. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean you're with the Red Bull guys. You
Yeah,
gotta-
you're
Bull
with the Rebel guys.
Yes.
And yeah, so they're all about that.
I
life,
would
yeah.
say
Team
drinking
sports.
a Red Bull before skydiving would make your heart explode. I think the adrenaline from that would be the highest you ever have. You throw a Red Bull. on top
So
of it.
funny. They're like, you can't drink more than 2 of these a day.
Yeah, for sure,
they
bro.
told you.
Yeah.
I have one probably two times a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They're good.
Dude, if you are about to go to shows and you want to feel like you could fight God, take 2 Advil and a Red Bull. I promise you'll feel unstoppable.
Your third eye opens up.
This is what I would do when playing sports, but it is something I still carry with me whenever I'm going to do like stand up. But 2 Advil and a Red Bull, let me tell you something, bro. You will fight Godzilla.
Ooh, dude, mini Godzilla.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be a great
Little
pet.
mini Godzilla.
Yeah.
That would be sick,
Still
too,
got the
actually.
nuke in his mouth.
Oh my god.
Danish, were you scared, bro, when you were in the plane going up?
Yeah.
Not going up. I was excited. I was like, yo, I'm a dog, bro. I'm gonna do this shit. And then as soon as we were about to jump out, I was like, yo,
When you
Was
look
it cool?
out at that.
When you get onto the edge, I imagine.
yeah, it's yeah, because also like I'm a big dude, You know, I don't
Yeah.
belong in the air like that, bro. That's a little dude thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You're a ground guy.
Like, I'm a ground
You're not
dude
an air
for
dude.
sure.
You're a
Yeah.
ground guy.
Like, even when I was jumping, I wouldn't even get aerial like that. So it's like now, you know. So yeah, it was very jarring for me to be that high up.
Who was the guy strapped to you? Was he cool?
Yeah, he was cool, but he definitely saw that it's like, bro, you not made for this.
Yeah. Oh,
So like like right when we jump, he's like, you not pulling the cord. I'm gonna pull the cord.
Nice.
You know, he was
Nice.
very firm about it. And I was like, yes, sir.
Yes. Put your arms across your chest.
And then you're just up there for a while, bro. And then it's like, if you're a tall dude, again, it's they bang on your nuts, the fucking harness.
Oh.
So your nuts hurt the whole time.
Oh.
So you're just like, yeah, this is a great view with like hurt nuts. Wow.
I didn't think about
If this
that.
is the cost of like looking at a great view, I'm out, bro.
Yeah, I could just take the plane around.
Yeah.
Like we could have just been in the plane.
It's so funny. You go
With
to the
my nuts
pyramids
fine.
of Giza. A guy just runs up behind you to kick you in the nuts.
Yeah,
the cost of looking at a
yeah,
nice view.
imagine.
Everywhere in the world.
It's the cost of a nice view.
You're on a satellite in space. this
Yeah,
guy
yeah, yeah.
floats over.
I'm like, this is what y'all doing, bro?
That's so funny. I didn't even
So,
think about that.
yeah,
Nuts.
yeah.
That's great. So you're really living in a full dichotomy. Like you're experiencing life fully at that moment.
Yeah, like
The
you're
highs and the lows.
Bray,
Yeah,
I
the
imagine
highs and
up
lows.
here you're having a good time. Down here you're hurting, aching.
Oh man,
That's crazy. I didn't think about that.
I like how the guy was like clocking to see if you had it or not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, they could smell it, bro.
That's why. Was anybody else also jumping with you? Or was this just
Yeah, it was like 12 kids.
kids?
We were all, you know, that was my gaming day, so it was like 23,
I see.
not kids,
Okay.
but like young
It
adults.
was like 30-year-old Danish and 12.
Yeah. I
Hi,
must
Mr.
have been like
Danish.
25 at that time. 20 yeah, they're all 22, 21.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
All gamers.
Yeah, all gamers.
Dang, dude.
This is
Where
back
was this?
when-
Jersey?
No, this was in their headquarters in California.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
wow.
Yeah, they have their headquarters is sick. It's like a half pipe in the middle.
Of
They have they had a sick ass studio that supposedly Eminem was there the night before.
Wow.
Oh my god.
You know, and they had like a LAN set up in the middle of the half pipe, and then there was like a Red Bull car next to it. It was OD, bro.
That's sick.
That makes sense. It would be so funny if you went to the Red Bull office and it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
Just
They
kind of
made it fun.
cubicles, and we have granola bars. We don't even have that much Red Bull here. That's tight, dude.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, they seem like one of the more chill comedies. I feel like they do fun stuff too. Like they do like a paper airplane contest and stuff.
Origami.
Yeah, they do a lot of. They do a lot of shit. I mean, they're definitely like ruining people's kidneys.
Totally.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, that's the cost, bro. If you want to fly planes through hoops,
Yeah. you
some
gotta have a
kidneys
budget.
gotta go.
you can't just walk around like gods.
You think people are flying planes through hoops for free?
It's also like,
There
yeah.
should be a cost. You're right.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, and they're sponsoring sports. They're helping some of the most lunatic white guys make a living. Like there's guys just riding bikes down a 90-degree canyon, and that guy would not make any money if Red Bull was not around. Without Red Bull, like who else is sponsored? Pepsi's not sponsoring that shit.
No, that is true for like such a toxic product. They do a
Yeah.
lot of good.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
keeping
yeah.
like a lot
Fun
of sports alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of extreme sports.
No,
get
they
to survive.
shouldn't exist as a company.
No
But thank God they
company
do.
should exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. No
What was the
company.
thing- what were we talking about earlier? Like, should anyone be able to make more than
$30 million.
$30 million?
Yeah, nobody.
Red Bull?
30 million.
a
Imagine.
lot of money.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
nobody is worth that much money.
No.
Yeah.
No. Richard Branson also worked with Red Bull. He was a billionaire that went to space on Virgin, right? Virgin and Red Bull.
Yeah, he owns Virgin, right?
Yeah, he went to space, and you know, that's
Would you guys go to space for that little the little trip that they do?
No.
No.
Fuck no.
Who else is going?
Yeah, you talking about going?
Okay,
I hate being
the
on a
three of us
fucking
go?
plane, bro.
That's fair. No, I'm
Plain
saying.
Jane.
I'm
You
saying
talking about going to space?
You could pick a five person crew.
I think I'd do it.
I'd do it.
If you
That'd
can
be
pick your
even more
crew?
dangerous.
I'm gonna pick my crew. My crew's gonna be Genghis Khan. He would freak the fuck out up there. He would freak out, cuss.
That's like my great
He's
grandfather.
all of our great
Yeah,
grandfathers.
we're all connected by the Khan.
Yeah,
We all have Khan blood in our DNA.
That would be cool to hang out with like Genghis.
Genghis would be.
dope.
But you know he's gonna be like, we need the big 3 women, and then you gonna be in some very you're gonna be in a very uncomfortable ride.
Yeah.
On the way there.
It's okay for our seats for them.
You're gonna come back a wide-eyed man.
Genghis gonna be teaching you some shit,
Oh, man.
talking your ear off. Dude, I've been learning a lot about Genghis Khan. Temujin, that's his real name.
Timujin.
Temujin is
Really?
his real name. Yeah.
Tim?
Temujin. Yeah, Temujin is his real name. Genghis Khan was the name that his men gave to him. The eternal ruler, Genghis Khan. That's what it translates to.
Wow.
Whoa,
That's
what's like the most interesting thing you've
He
learned
was
about?
actually a very, so he had these like weird rageful outbursts, and he was definitely like a ruthless man.
Yeah.
But for all accounts, through like different accounts from his men, people that were under his rule, and people that were conquered by him, there's tons of stories of him being a very even-handed, kind human being that did a lot of his conquering when he was goaded or like threatened. And he also did a lot of stuff out of principle, like where he tried to he was taking over this like part of Persia, and then he sent a messenger over there to be like, hey, I'm coming. And then they like flayed his messenger and sent his body back. And he was gonna do it kind of peacefully, and then he kind of just went nuts and did it pretty violently. Now that's a very basic summation, but all we hear about Genghis Khan is he's like this madman, and like the way Mulan portrays him, it's like he's like this psycho guy with like dark black eyes.
Yeah.
But he was actually like just
Yeah.
good at his job, which was ruling
Which
stuff.
at the
Yeah,
job,
bro,
that
don't talk
was
about
the
our
job.
great grandfather like that, bro.
Yeah, and he was apparently like. There's stories of him being ruthless, and there's a lot of stories of him being like just a regularly
chill.
kind man that.
He's got a guitar and
I'm
Birkenstocks.
not. I'm not gonna lie. What you saying right now also does feel like propaganda.
Totally, but it was corroborated from like different points of view, where like people that were under his rule had no reason to be like.
That's a
"He's kind of
sick take.
chill."
Genghis was kind of a good dude. Is a sick take.
Yeah, apparently. I mean, he wasn't like a good man. He was just like not as ruthless and psychotic that we think he is.
Right.
He was just efficient as fuck at taking over places.
But
yeah.
you know, when it's like, don't kill my boy, otherwise I'm gonna kill everybody in your town.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like I told. Yep.
You
I told
kind of
you.
wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
totally. It's like, bro, maybe what about the just killing the dude who
right.
killed him? Eye for an eye,
He
not
went
eye for a
overboard.
town. You know what I mean?
And the other thing he would do is he would like approach like let's say it was like a settlement, like a kingdom, and he would say, if you submit to my rule, I will not touch anybody. Everyone will live peacefully. You will just live under my rule. That's the only thing that would change. And we'll kill the aristocracy, but the rest of you will be fine. And they were like, a lot of places were like, okay, we don't like the people in charge.
Yeah.
And he was true to his word. He never
Oh, that's interesting. So
harmed anyone except the guy that was in charge of that
he
settlement.
killed.
Oh,
the-
that's cool.
The wealthiest people first.
Yeah, so in that time, it was pretty. It was taboo to kill aristocracy, to kill the wealthy, because the wealthy across the world had agreed that the working class was disposable. You touch them, but you don't touch us. Genghis didn't care about that. He was
Right.
like, I just want an empire. And honestly, the rich people that would be there would stand in my way.
Right.
So he had no qualms about doing that. But if you were like, yeah, we don't like them, we will submit to your rule, he would not touch you. He would kind of kill the wealthy, and then anyone working class would be
But how
left
is that
alive.
possible? Because I thought he is like the most killingest person of all time.
That's what we've learned, but maybe it's not all true.
Oh,
He was not-
Neel.
Wait.
That's what we've heard. Yeah. Well, and then also,
Comedians apologize for Genghis Khan on podcast.
Ah, dude, I always
Shout
had
out
an
to
inkling
Genghis,
that
bro.
come on, I'm a good dude. My granddaddy gotta be cool.
Genghis is awesome, actually.
Dude, Genghis Khan is some Red Bull energy for sure.
Bro, 100%. Genghis would be doing some sick stuff for Red Bull. The Genghis Khan Red Bull
Collab.
Yeah.
would be really cool.
No, that would be
Genghis
sick.
grape.
Today,
Genghis grape flavor?
we're gonna take 6 armies and invade 6 towns. Whoever could do it the fastest becomes the new X Games champion.
Just doing tricks on a half pipe with a horse.
Wow, they won the pillaging award for 2026.
On the snowboarding with like a bow and arrow.
Oh, bro, are you
Dude,
kidding me?
a pillaging gold medal would be sick.
Dude, those guys were
I pillaged.
so efficient at it. Because at the time, nobody knew how to fight those guys. They were just on horses, and they were just like, would come in at you in waves and attack and leave and attack and leave and attack and leave. And it must have been just so scary if you were like fighting them.
This makes me want to play Civilization.
I know, bro.
I never played that since I was a kid,
Yeah.
but yeah, I wanna create some town.
You know, another crazy thing about Genghis was he left merchants and artisans alone. Like when he conquered an
See,
area,
that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, so
Yeah.
we would be okay.
we would be fine. I think as long as we did not resist his rule.
Maybe I'll make bread.
You would be fine because you know what? All those guys were useful in conquest.
Yeah, I'd definitely just get in line with
Work
what
on
was
some-
going on.
Yeah. Work on some horseshoes.
Yeah, I would be
Join
like
the
a
movement.
textile guy where I'd be making textiles.
Yeah.
Man,
I wonder if
capes,
that's like
capes.
where I run from Genghis, where I was like a bread maker back
Yeah.
in the day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You know, my greats.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, "Yo, you rolling with me now?" So I came from like Slovenia.
Oh.
You know what I
Whoa.
mean?
Yeah, you were the
'Cause you-
Luka Doncic of
Yeah, because we yeah, bread making. Because I am kind of like, you know, there's like South Asians have a wide diaspora with like color,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So I could be like from Russia, actually.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So he found you in the steppe.
Yeah, I
he was
was
like,
I was
"Let's
in
get you
Russia making bread.
And you were like a storied bread guy.
Pretty
People were like, "You gotta try this dude's bread."
yeah.
Yeah,
your
and
vibe?
then maybe Genghis showed up and I like took a picture with him and put it on the wall.
And then he was like, "Let me try this bread."
And I'm like, "Yo, you were here before, dude."
And then he tries your bread, and he's like, "You travel with me now."
yeah.
I mean, you got to imagine he had a couple bread dudes with him because he was feeding these armies something. You know, he probably had a couple bread
No,
dudes.
Bread can't be mobile like that though, because you got to set up a fire.
True.
Well,
Yeast
yeah,
thing.
no,
it's
flat,
like
flat breads. You could be doing flat breads.
Oh, like chips.
You know, and like peanuts.
I could do a chip, bro,
Pita.
on the go.
on the go. You could do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but you were that proficient. You were like Pauladina bread.
If I have anything else to do,
yeah.
Yeah. Wait, is the Pringles guy Genghis Khan with a mustache?
New theory.
New theory unlocked. Genghis Khan may have
he
been
did
the logo
a lot of flavors.
Yeah.
That does make sense.
making thin chips on the
Yeah.
Genghis and Pringles guy got a lot of flavors.
I
Did
think
barbecue.
I think being a bread guy would be
He definitely
useful
barbecued.
to Genghis.
Just say again.
I think being a bread guy, you'd be fine. I think if he conquered your village,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd make
yeah.
bread, bro. What would y'all do?
Make bread.
bread is pretty sick, bro.
Yeah,
Honestly,
it's a good life.
no. You know what? I know what I would be. I'd be doing blacksmith stuff, and I'd be like coming up with new weapons for Genghis.
Whoa.
Oh, like new concepts.
Yeah, I'd be like, bro, check this out.
Yeah,
And-
bro. Oh, so you want to work at Lockheed Martin? That's what you saying right now? Yo,
Yeah,
you
bro.
see, you see how shit is formed, bro.
Yeah, you
So you're trying to get a Lockheed on the ground level.
Yeah, I'm trying to be Lockheed, bro.
Yo, me and you are very different people, dude.
Bro, you're feeding the
I'm
army.
here
I'm
trying to feed the people,
supplying
dude.
the army, bro.
Nah, I wasn't thinking
the
army. I
same
was
thing.
thinking people, bro.
Bro, the whole thing is the army. That's his whole thing. You are servicing the army in one way or the
Yeah,
other.
I would be like, yo, the army could get it too, cause they people.
No, bro. I'm an ingenuity guy. I'm thinking of new
Wow.
ways to shoot metal.
That's crazy, dude.
I'd be like,
You think
yo.
you know someone, man? Cheerful guy like you, bro.
No, dude. I'd
Wants
be-
to supply weapons.
No. I will be big. I'll be thinking of new weapons, not
New weapon, yo.
New weapons. Combinations of 2 former weapons.
yeah, bro. I will probably come up with the harpoon, and I will probably get mad rich off that, and then retire to somewhere nobody even knew about back then, like
You would retire?
Papua New Guinea.
Just make weapons until you die.
Yeah, bro.
Wow, Neil, what would you do, dude?
That's a ooh, you know, I think I would be maybe like a scribe.
Oh, cool.
You know, just writing
Journalist
down,
back in the day.
Yeah, writing
Oh.
down gossip, conversations.
Damn, yo, I'm sitting next to a weapons maker and a rat, dude. That shit is crazy, bro. I'm out here trying to make bread for the people, bro. And I got a fucking killer and a rat, dude. That's wild, dude.
Oh my god.
Scribe, you'd be fine. I think he would change the narrative, change the
Yo,
the
that's
journalistic
damn.
narrative.
But then he would pull up and be like, "We don't use this language. We don't need you.
I do think I would get sliced very quickly.
Yeah, bro.
We're killing this language. Actually, you must go."
Can you speak Spanish? The conqueror's land.
Oh man, yo, here's the thing I was thinking about when we were talking about this. If you could bring one invention back, what would you bring back?
I will bring back catapults for fun.
Yeah, that's a good gathering.
Imagine you get like a catapult, not as big and as insane as you used to see, but imagine there was some sort of thing you could go to the beach and it would just catapult you into the water. Couple like
Wow.
50 yards, just free fall, land in the water,
You got a
cannonball
nice
style.
arc, a nice soft arc.
Yeah, nice soft arc, and then you swim back. How fun would that be?
And then you swim back. Or there's like a net that's constantly rotating that just brings you right back. To
Oh,
shore.
sure. Yeah, or even like a rope that you just hold on to
Oh yeah,
and it kind of pulls you in.
self-propelled bungee catapult experience.
Yeah, but the main thing, I think we were just thinking about, I'm just thinking about historical weapons now, but the catapult for fun would be sick,
I
bro.
love that. I
Yeah,
bring
that'd be sick.
The mace.
just
Yeah.
off of just
I
bring
think-
it back regular style, just to hit people.
Just bring back like a big heavy ball of iron with spikes on it.
That must have been so treacherous to swing around,
We need,
bro.
like more swinging
Whoa.
weapons. I
Yeah.
think that would really like help us.
That'd be sick.
help the violence epidemic.
I would bring back the aliens that made the pyramids.
That's not an
I would
invention,
bring
bro.
them back with me.
Yeah, how you ask a question and then you answer it outside of the bounds of the
Look
question.
who I got, bro. I got the inventors.
That would be sick.
Inventors.
That would be pretty cool. The
Yeah, I don't know what I would bring back. I think that's why I had the question, because I had no answer.
I feel like the good stuff we've kept.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we've,
All
we've
the
kept
good
all
stuff
those.
we've kept. Like,
Yeah.
What about reverse? What would you bring to them to like really fuck up society?
porn. I would kill.
Oh my God, you would
decimate-
ravage. Oh,
It would
that would ruin.
destroy empires, bro.
Where would we be today?
No,
dude?
we would not exist. They would have insulted themselves into nothingness.
Sell themselves.
They would have destroyed Rome. I
That
think.
would have destroyed it. Yeah.
Or, bro, I will say,
I-
back in the day, they were seeing sex was probably less taboo.
They were pretty
Sure.
horny back in
That's
the day,
real.
bro.
Yeah, and they were
That-
probably like, I'm thinking of ancient Rome.
Because they were in building mode. You know, nowadays a lot of people talk about population control and all. When you in building mode,
All bets
it's
are off.
yeah, you fucking, bro.
Fucking for sure. And you just see naked people all the time.
Right.
And also, I think the thing that would shock them is how clean the people in the videos are and how clean we were if we go back in time. You know, because everyone was nasty as hell back then.
Yeah, I don't. There was not a lot of ethics.
Not a lot of ethics, not a lot of hygiene.
Yeah, so
rotting teeth.
Nasty people smelling.
Smell.
all bets are off. Polygamy was ravaging.
Yeah, cheating was normal.
dude.
Sounds kind of sick, dude.
Disease. yeah.
Yeah, Ancient Row kind of sounds like Skid Row. Damn.
So yeah, maybe porn. Initially
Really
I
hurt
was
people with
liking that answer, but I don't think that's the.
I don't think that
No.
would be. It would not be productive for sure.
Yeah, I think if I like brought back like if I took video games to them, I would ruin them forever.
Yeah, I mean similar
Video
level
games?
Yeah, similar.
Yeah.
I think that would be more effective.
Similar fact. I think, man, the iPhone.
Yeah, iPhone definitely.
Any sort of telecommunication thing for like to.
All right, what about like non-technological shit?
I'll probably bring back, depending on where I'm going, I'll probably bring back like a food they never even conceived of. Like I think if you gave a pilgrim some soy sauce, they would blow their mind.
Whoa.
One
Like
cup
if you-
of orange chicken.
Yeah, bro. One box of orange chicken, you would. A pilgrim would probably cum his buckle pants,
You
bro.
would be seen as like a magic like nymph.
Yeah.
Yeah,
These
they would probably
beans.
kill me. They would go, "Oh my god, this is devil food.
yeah.
This is so scrumptious.
ima-
You must be the devil."
Yeah. After they ran out of that one bottle,
Yeah, they would immediately.
they would just
kill
look at you and be like, "We want more," and
Yeah.
then you can't produce it.
I know,
You
right?
what?
Sorry, guys.
Just
I had the one.
Kikoman. I don't know.
I had the one box of orange chicken. I don't know what to tell you, brother.
What if it had like very little effect? You know, like your
It was
invention, you brought
underwhelming?
it back, and they were like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
we
cool.
actually like eating. Yeah, we
One guy-
actually like eating like unseasoned food.
"That's
Kinda
cool,
tastes like
dude."
shit. I don't know.
Why does it taste like that? Yeah,
Why'd
imagine
do
you
this?
like take back. I bet if you brought Cocoa Puffs back, that,
Oh yeah.
that
Oh,
would really
my
blow
God.
some minds, bro.
They go
Oh my god, I have a
They
story,
would go
bro.
cuckoo.
I brought chocolate pretzels to Egypt,
Oh
Yeah,
wow,
yeah,
was
yeah.
that a
and
hit?
there was a kid there, very
Great
sweet
food.
kid, Omar.
Yeah.
He ate these chocolate pretzels, and it blew his fucking mind.
I get it.
He's like,
Top tier
and I'm
snack.
like, bro, you like them? He's like, man, I just don't understand why we never thought of this.
I get
Over
it.
here, we have chocolate, we have pretzels, but we don't have them together. And I'm like, yeah, bro, it's crazy, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, it's unbelievable, man. You know?
Someone comes and kicks him in the nuts. It's the price you gotta pay.
Price you pay for a review like that.
For a view like that. That's
Dang.
idiot, bro.
I get it, bro. That's awesome.
Taking
Chocolate
combo.
pretzels.
Dude, I took my Game Boy to India the first time I went in first grade.
Mm,
My cousins were shook.
hyped, bro.
They were
Wow.
so hyped for it.
Yeah.
You got it. If you're the American cousin, you gotta come. You can't. I mean, now it's all everyone has the same stuff. But if you were going in like 2005,
Yeah.
you gotta come correct with.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
rules,
Now,
bro.
if you pull up with like latest technology, you seem like an asshole.
Yeah, they're like.
Like,
But
yeah,
they're
we
also
got
like
that
we
too,
also have
bro.
that. Yeah.
Right. We have that shit right here. Tata.
Now without the tariffs, they're probably getting it cheap too.
Yeah, I think India's gonna do quite well with all these tariffs. Honestly,
You know what I've heard
India's rocking.
recently that I want to go try. I was watching this food documentary, and because food back in the day was more like in America, I'm saying was more locally produced and had less preservatives. They're saying like a simple apple pie that you would get at a diner tastes 50 times better than what you would get now.
Oh, that totally makes sense.
Because the
Yeah.
flour, the butter, the apples were all without preservatives and all that stuff.
Wow.
And so they all tasted more rich.
Yeah.
And I'm just so curious. Like, it would be interesting to go back to the 50s and try racist apple pie.
So yeah, that's even more our point. Like you would bring soy sauce back, and they would be like, "Yo, fuck this,
Yeah, we have-
processed bullshit."
we have all the stuff that we would need.
Yeah.
I want to try, like, what
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's a hard question because
Yeah.
we thought of porn and it's like they fucking.
Yeah.
We thought of food. That's like they got better food.
Yeah.
You know what I thought of was those like 64 box of Crayolas.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
You know, just give it to a young Andy Warhol.
Yeah, see what he does with it.
Yeah.
In the 50s, give him some crayons.
Bro, he has never even seen fuchsia before.
No, dude, Sierra Brown
Oh,
to a
God.
young Andy Warhol in Kansas City, Ohio.
Losing his mind.
Oh, dude, he'd go bonkers.
Yeah, bro.
50s, that was like the time when the population and the amount of items being produced was perfectly equilibrium. You could make a pie and you would sell all your pies that day.
yeah.
Now it's like there's pies that have been sitting out for weeks.
It's like the
Yeah.
last era of the milkman.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
dude,
Yeah,
the milk's
yeah.
gone bad, but we can make the milk go bad less. But it's lost its integrity.
Yeah.
It's not like made from local sourced grains and
Yeah.
apples and all that. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think New York people. I think people are gonna start growing weed, like really growing it.
Oh, bringing weed back would be interesting.
Like in our
taking
kidneys.
taking weed
taking
back.
some drugs back.
Taking weed
But
back.
they had good drugs too.
They did.
They had peyote and stuff, right?
Yeah, but that's certain cultures. I'm saying if you just went back, took a pre-roll
Take a
from now
pre-roll.
weed to the 1940s,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, that'd be good.
You changed some minds, bro.
Dude, yeah.
You probably like end racism. To be
I think
honest.
I would take back I would bring them the game of basketball and show them the step back.
Oh,
Whoa, I
Whoa.
love that.
Yeah.
dude.
And then
from
I
the
would just want to
1920s.
see what like basketball
We're
would be.
stepping back tonight.
Yeah.
How about me, dog? We're gonna hit the step back tonight.
Minkovic with 100 3-pointers tonight. The game is just so evolved.
But then
know?
you come back to now, and then what would it be? It'd be just people doing full court shots.
yeah, full-court shots. Everybody be fucking sick, dude.
Dude, just behind the back.
Yeah.
Court shots.
Yeah. Yeah, taking the game of basketball, just rewinding it a few decades would be interesting.
Or
See-
taking shoes back
oh,
to the 50s.
Yeah,
If you
that's a
get
good
Bob
one.
Cousy, like Airfit Jordans or something.
And then,
my
yeah, what
God.
would the shoes be like today, dude?
bro.
We'd have jetpacks, dude.
Yeah, imagine you gave Magic Johnson arch support. The amount of mobility you might give this guy will be dangerous, bro.
That
This
would
guy
be.
would just be Tasmanian devil on the floor.
That's a move.
Moving.
Yeah.
How drastically society would have shifted if in the 1700s everybody had Nikes.
Wow.
What would we be looking like today?
Wow.
Do you think our toes would have like gotten longer or something? And like we could like grasp walls and shit. Like
Yeah.
walk around.
Yeah, we'd have Spider-Man for real.
Maybe, or would it make us so that the shoes would get better, but our feet would stay the same because our feet changed because we didn't have shoes.
Right.
No. I think
Like
the shoes would get better.
The shoes would get better. Our feet would be the say the same.
Yeah,
because
what
it
if
would have
society
no reason
crumbles?
to evolve.
Society crumbles because we didn't evolve. We introduced the Nike 2s quickly.
Sharks back. You had the power to save us, but you didn't.
The one guy with shocks in the pilgrimage would be so. That's such a funny image. A guy with a buckle hat wearing all wheel and then like Air Force Ones.
What's stepping, y'all? Sauntering through a courthouse.
Dang.
Oh man.
We should have given Lincoln
Dude, Lincoln
some
has
Air Maxes.
shocks.
And then also like how long would certain fads last because like the word spreading the word is like it's slower. So like would Heelys have lasted like 3 decades, because like nobody would know that Heelys weren't cool anymore.
Yeah, Heelys show up in the
So
1930s.
funny. Yeah, Heelys in like a cobblestone New York City.
Break your shit and die.
There's like horse and buggies, and one guy on wheelies just clunking in between.
It's funny.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know what I
Fun.
would do.
Gotta get to my cobbler.
His name's Danish.
Man, peach cobbler, shoe cobblers, bee bopplers and boo globblers.
Oh, sick.
Good times.
What a good time, man. Any dreams y'all been having? And we'll kind of wrap it up because we gotta all get on with our days.
Oh, I did have a dream, but I put this on my Instagram story. But I had a dream about everyone was going to this baseball field, and it was really crowded to see an elephant that rollerblades. And that's a small part of the dream.
That's crazy that you have that dream, but you wanted to start Lockheed Martin, bro. It's just crazy, dude.
I was just trying to survive.
It's just wild, dude. This guy dreams about elephants rollerblading, but he wants to kill everybody.
I don't know. Let's not start salacious rumors.
You can dream whimsically if you're living in an
reality.
The last time.
I think I just remember it being a big deal, and everyone was going to the baseball field to watch him rollerblade. But I don't really remember in the dream seeing him do it.
Oh.
So.
Did you? Okay.
I just remember walking to the field, everybody was going, and I was like, what's going on here? And then someone showed me a brochure and a picture of him.
You had a brochure. Your mind imagined a brochure. That's awesome.
I just remember
not
being
the
like,
actual
cool.
thing.
And then I kind of woke up before I got to see it, which is a bummer.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I want to go to a psychic reading and ask what that means.
That's so whimsical, man. I'm so happy.
That's
for you.
great.
Yeah, man, that's not all the dreams. But yeah, that is one of them.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
I haven't
I
really
can't really think of anything right now, to be honest.
You know, I had this dream, bro, that I was it was winter time, and then I created a snowman, and then the snowman came alive.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Papa.
And then me and the snowman started like doing shit together. We started robbing people.
Whoa, cool.
Yeah, and then
Sounds like a South Park episode.
yeah, and then the snowman ran for mayor.
What?
And then he threw me under the bus. He put me in jail.
What?
Yeah.
Snowman 2, the Eric Adams.
yeah. And
Damn.
yeah. And
This
then,
guy sounds like a
Were
son
you
of a
in
bitch.
jail?
yeah, he was a real.
guy's a
And then he started Daviding like fucking Eva Longoria.
What?
Yeah, Eva Longoria for a while, and I was in jail just alone. And
Just hearing about all those escapades?
that's why I smoke more weed, man. I can't have these dreams. This
You
is
just
fucking me
praying
up.
for the summertime when he melts.
yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he froze the sun, dude.
Damn! This guy's
Yeah,
a
he froze the
bastard.
sun. Yeah, he's a fucking bitch, dude. This guy.
This guy, I thought he was gonna be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, just so he could run for a third term, he froze the sun.
Wow.
That's what I thought billionaires would be doing with their money, you know?
That's what they're doing in the cartoons.
That's like-
I mean, they're kind of doing.
Oh yeah,
the
somebody had a joke about that where they're like, "Yo, why isn't anybody doing that Mr. Burns shit, bro?"
Yeah.
yeah. I think that was Yodoya who said that.
Yeah.
In his
That's
special, you think
probably
he said that?
Yodoya.
Yeah.
That's funny. Shout out to Mr. Yodoya Travis.
Damn it, dude.
Funny guy.
That's so funny. But yet, that's so true. It's like it has no whimsy anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
That's
I
true.
tried to do a bit where I was like, if I had $1 billion, bro, I'd be having fun. Like, I would get plastic surgery to make my arms too big for my body, bro. just have fun with it. Like, Elon Musk wants to be loved so bad. He's going about it the wrong way, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking loser, dude.
He should just, like, learn karate in secret and then pay a bunch of ninjas to attack people at Central Park and then fend them off with karate. And then everyone would go, I love this guy.
You mean create the Foot Clan?
Yeah,
You want us to create the Foot Clan, dude?
Then he stops the Foot Clan with karate, and then everyone's like, wow, this
Whoa,
guy's
what a
so
hero.
cool.
Yeah.
This guy's a crutch.
I think that's what Zuckerberg doing right now.
Yeah, I know.
Zuckerberg's gonna be Batman.
Yeah, he might be. Yeah,
Man.
Bergman.
that's cool. If he becomes Batman, I'd be. That's cool.
I actually think I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Just a
But we
billionaire.
need Batman-esque villains because I don't want Zuckerberg. Like we need him to actually do like real crime stopping. You know?
Yeah.
Because if he's just gonna have a cool car and flex.
Right. Like Jeff Bezos
Oh,
needs
man.
to burn half of his face off.
Yeah. Yeah.
R.I.P. to this
Already.
comic, and but Kevin Barnett had a great Batman joke. I didn't know him, but I heard this Batman joke where he goes, "How come you never see Batman doing regular shit? Just one time I want to see Batman just running into the subway like, is this going uptown or downtown?"
That's really funny. Downtown Batman. I'm so sorry. Sorry, Batman.
Fuck.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Give me hold the door.
Oh man, R.I.P. to that guy, dude, for sure.
Rest in peace. That's
Just got to grapple onto the other side of the track.
I think about that a lot. If I'm on the wrong side, I go, I wish I could just Spider-Man.
Yeah.
How many jumps would it take to jump past both tracks? Because you've seen videos where people do.
Oh yeah, dude.
3,
That shit
4
is
steps.
so impressive to me and so scary.
Yeah. You guys heard about the third track?
Huh?
I've been hearing a lot about the third track. It's the electrical voltage track.
Oh yeah, you could die if you get on that
That's
track.
where most people get killed when they go on the tracks, is when they touch that. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's so much electricity.
Ooh, that's scary.
Yeah, you're never supposed to touch a third track.
That
What's the
fucking-
third? What do you mean? The third
There's like a third rail.
There's the two that keep the wheels on track, and then there's a third one
In the middle?
towards the middle. Yeah, that has the current running through the track
God damn, that's
to
scary.
power the train. Isn't that crazy?
Dude, I saw a lady drop one of her AirPods in, and this like homeless guy jumped down, but he was doing it in such a funny way. He was hopping like a bunny. and he jumped down into the track, and she was like, no, it's okay. And he's like, I got you. He grabbed the AirPod and basketball shot it. And then like Buddy jumped backwards and sat on the ledge and then swung his legs over and then walked away and didn't even look at her. Just did a nice thing
That guy
in a
is so
crazy
nice.
way.
That guy is so
Well.
nice.
Such an angel. And I was like, bro, don't do this. Everyone on the track froze. We were like, no. And the train was like 2 minutes away, bro. It was not like we were waiting for a while. We were like, buddy, get up off there.
Yo, somebody chilling with 2 minutes left on their life, dude, is a vibe.
And he
It-
did
it
it
is
so
vibe,
silly.
yeah.
It was like,
Being silly with 2 minutes away from
I
death.
gotcha.
he was like, it's okay. He was like, no, don't worry. And then to do it like this was so funny. That would be awesome. Then I'd be like, this is a flash mob. This is a planned thing.
Elon Musk is looking with binoculars like,
Yeah.
almost my turn.
It's my turn to karate chop this guy. Yeah, bro. And then he just walked away, and then she was like, just looking at us, being like, I don't know. We were like, I don't know.
So funny. That guy's a true hero, man.
True hero, yeah. That's what Batman wishes he could be.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Fuck.